Okay, I'm going to say it again. Sunscreen doesn't cause cancer. Now, that doesn't mean that there isn't drama around chemical sunscreen ingredients. There's lots of drama around it. I'm going to try to explain what chemical sunscreens can do. So when I talk about chemical sunscreen, these are ingredients like oxybenzone, avobenzone, octinonate, oxycrylene, oxysolate, and these are regulated by the FDA. They are UVA and UVB protecting chemicals that are in so many of our sunscreens, right? They, as a group, we know our body absorbs more of than we thought they did. There was a study that came out in the JAMA in like 2019, and when you apply it to your skin every day for 5 days, we're absorbing more of it than we thought we did. We also know that these ingredients, oxybenzone in particular, when animals are exposed to massive amounts of it, it has a hormone disrupting effect. And what was seen is that female rats exposed to massive amounts of oxybenzone had larger uteruses than rats that were not exposed to it. And I think that's because the sunscreen was actually activating the estrogen receptors. And that's what we mean when we say endocrine disrupting. It also has been shown to play a role in thyroid hormone and binding to the thyroid receptor. So the rats in these studies were exposed to the chemical sunscreen in massive amounts, meaning it'd be the same as us covering our body in sunscreen every day for over 200 years. One study said 277 years. So this is a massive exposure to these chemicals, and at that high levels, it did play an endocrine disrupting effect. That effect has not been seen in humans. And but that's the concern. That's why people are talking about. So what's going on now is because we know we absorb these chemical sunscreens more than we thought, the FDA has pulled away the recommendation of calling the chemical sunscreens generally considered safe. They're no longer labeled as that, although they still are readily available. And right now studies are going on looking at the safety of these sunscreens when they are in our blood at these levels to see if there is an effect on humans. Those studies aren't ready yet. They're going on now, but the FDA felt like chemical sunscreens were doing a greater good than by pulling them off entirely. They left them on the market as these studies are going on. The only sunscreen ingredients that are labeled generally considered safe in the United States are zinc and titanium. So if you're worried, if you're cautious, that's the reason why we recommend mineral sunscreen. Now, also, there's a lot of talk about how magical European sunscreens are. European sunscreens are still chemical sunscreens. We still absorb them, and we still don't know what their effects are in large amounts. Those studies haven't been done either. What's special about European sunscreen is that those filters, those chemical blockers, are more stable and they do a better job of protecting you from UVA. But we still are absorbing them, and we still don't have the data on the endocrine disruption for them, nor the ones available in the United States. So, big picture, we know that chemical sunscreens we absorb at a higher percentage than we thought we did. We know in massive amounts in animals they are hormone disrupting. They do not cause cancer. They do affect hormone pathways. And this has not been able to be duplicated in humans, and more studies are going on to see if it can be duplicated, if there is actually a reason to be concerned, because at this moment in time, there is not. But my take-home message for you is if you're worried about that, use mineral-based sunscreens or seek shade. I mean, one of the best sun protective things we have is just don't go bake in the sun. I wear sun protective clothing, I wear a hat, I wear sunglasses, and all of those steps make it so I don't have to use as much topical sunscreen on my skin. I hope that helps. I have a blog where I talk about all of this if you want additional information, and I hope everyone has a safe summer.